I hope that this is working, guys. I am a recovering perfectionist. Okay. My name is Kate. I started a company called Fredhappy. I've been in marketing for a long, long time. And I moved my family down to the country. We got a chance to be exposed to a totally different viewpoint, way of life, and it was interesting. I wound up getting workplace mobbed. I'm excited to be on YouTube. I'm excited to share my work. I've been an author my entire life. I love to write. I like to paint and I like to act. Okay. And I hope I don't overact as I say this. This is a little bit of a dramatic piece that I've written. So hopefully I won't overact. Okay. Um, it is part of, this is book one of the Fredhappy Manipulation Series. Okay. So it's kind of rough. It's tough material. I write about hard things because I am built for pressure. I have been bullied my whole life. I've studied people and I knew what was going on in the country, but at the same time, the manipulation was working. It's an e once you understand it and you've got the language for it, which is why I wrote these books, it's pretty obvious. But when you're in it wasn't so easy. The books in my manipulation series are designed specifically to give you the language that you need to be able to name exactly what happened to you. Okay? That's why I wrote this book. The goal is clarity because once you can name what happened, it loses power over you. The loop is explained. Okay? You're not living in some kind of a question mark anymore. The it resolves and you know what it was, and that helps you move on to your next best thing. Okay? So, Straw Man is based on a myth. It's an Egyptian myth about Osiris, who was the god of agriculture, and Set, who was the god of storms. And Set was very jealous. I wrote an introduction on my blog, katefred.com. I always do that. So, and you can sign up for, previews and alerts and all of that kind of stuff. All right, I'm just going to have some fun, and I hope that this is fun because I know not everybody likes to read. I will be offering, audio files of me reading my work as well. Okay? This is Straw Man, Manipulation by Story. Before the box, there is a story. This vignette enters Set, right, the god of storms. It enters his mind before his trap forms against Osiris. This exposes the first movement of what I call the straw man, a private reduction, okay, of another person into a version that is small enough to punish. Okay? It's harder to fight a whole person, easier to fight a little teeny tiny piece that was made up by someone who was likely quite jealous. Just saying it. Okay, just saying it. That's my little aside. Okay. You are not alone. Not by any stretch of the imagination. That myth is thousands of years old. Okay. This is people, and this explains how they operate. Okay. Let's get started. Why we wrote this. I watch as he moves through the room like air belongs to him. That is what they love, I think. Not wisdom or strength or greatness. Ease. They love the vulgar golden ease of a man who's never had to wonder whether the room would open before him. People turn before he speaks, and they soften before he asks. Osiris laughs, and they receive the laugh as if grain has been poured into their bowls. And no one notices how little he has to do. And that is the insult, according to Set. A lesser man would mistake this feeling for envy, but envy is too small a word for what happens when the whole room participates in its own deception. I am awake to him. Osiris is not wise. He is large. That's all. A harvest face, a festival voice, muscle over mind, wrapped in enough public warmth to make fools call him noble. Then Isis turns her head. She does not look long enough for anyone else to notice. She never does. Her gaze touches and withdraws, leaving behind the little heat she will later deny making. That is her art, stillness as bait, devotion as costume, softness arranged for witnesses. Everyone calls her faithful because they need the story to stay clean. They need him to be the all-powerful golden man and Isis to be the holy woman beside him. If they are holy, then the room is holy for loving them. I know better. No one is that composed without practice. No one is that adored without calculation. No one, no woman looks away that precisely unless she knows exactly what she's left behind. She wants, she wants me unsettled. She wants me watching. She wants to stand beside him and make me feel the distance as if I placed it there myself. I keep my face still. This is what they will not get from me. They will not get the satisfaction of seeing that their little arrangement has landed. He laughs again, and Isis lowers her eyes. The room breathes around them like worship. I, Set, feel a clean, cold certainty that the room is wrong. Wrongness has been allowed to sit on the throne. They have mistaken size for substance. They have mistaken performance for purity. They have mistaken being pleased for being led. I feel a pressure behind my ribs, a tightening around the truth, a sense that the world has tilted. Everyone else is too drunk on him to feel that angle. I look at his easy body, those open hands of his, the stupid, generous mouth, vomiting nothing over the strength of his teeth. I look at Isis, at the white linen of her composure, at the mask that keeps everyone blessing because it flatters them to believe in it. The room keeps turning towards them again and again, as if the turning proves something. It is close enough now that I can feel the shape of it before I know the plan. Okay. And that is the mind of Set as he constructs the manipulation by story tactics that you'll see in STRAWMAN. I'm going to read the um, the product description as well, okay? Because this is what this book is all about. Straw man is for the person who has been turned into the problem and still feels the room inside your body. Some of you might know what I'm talking about. You were not confused. You were boxed. This is the first book in the Fredhappy Manipulation Series. Straw Man gives you the precise language for what actually happened. A living, complicated person was pressed into a flat story that traveled faster than you could correct it. And the room stopped responding to a version of you and responded instead to the story that was designed for ease rather than truth. You'll learn how the box gets built before you arrive, and it's a perfect fit. How fragments replace the sequence of the manipulation tactics. How much clean words carry while hiding dirty hands. It's tactics. It's just tactics. The story was never the whole of you, but it became the version of you that they could carry. Strawman gives you the language to put it down. Pray to God this helps you guys. Visit katefred.com for all the blogs. I love you guys.